The Emerald Tutu is a network of interconnected artificial marshes afloat around East Boston. It restores the marshy ecosystems that were once the norm around Boston before all the infill, and we get great environmental results that come with that. But it incorporates a few other things as well. As you can see, I'm wearing a green tutu. The Tutu design team decided that the original emerald necklace analogy for the green space of Boston was a little dated, a little snooty, a little bourgeois. Oh my god, have you been to Beacon Hill recently? Fashion disaster. Anyhow, now it should be a little more queer, a little more activist, a little more anarchist, less aristocracy, more glitterati.
At a human scale, we added floating linear paths that loosely connect coastal parks and other public places to the head of the trail at East Boston Greenway. As soft infrastructure, this could be deployable very soon and expand over time. We modeled our design at many scales, from the ecology of an individual floater to local mesh network dynamics to the climate response of the entire Boston harbor. The Tutu makes East Boston more resilient and more ecologically habitable for aquatic as well as for human life. First, it physically buffers the land from sea swells and wind chop, especially during those storms which are happening more and more often. Second, the biomatter on these mats absorbs a lot of the stormwater and runoff. And third, it creates a unique habitat for humans to enjoy as well as many other organisms.
Here's how a sample chunk of the mesh behaves as it quells swells of various sizes. The interconnections are the key factor here. The system responds and cancels incoming waves with interference similar to a Helmholtz chamber, a higher coefficient of drag.
The bulk of each module is a fiber matrix made from recycled plastic bottles.
And the dimpled bottom is a hard porous surface that the lithophilic seaweed seeds will really site onto. If you've ever worked on boats, you'll know that in July and August you practically have to fight the stuff back with a machete or it'll stain your bottom paint, if you know what I mean.
At the ecological scale, the mat substrate will be colonized by local species. Symbiotic relationships between plants and rhizobacteria facilitate phytoremediation of nitrogen, phosphorus, particulates, and organic compounds. In plain English, they will clean up a harbor. The simulation is from the January 5th blizzard from 2018. You know, the one that blacked out NYC and left cars floating in ice all around Boston. Sounds like me after a night at Jack's Cabaret.
But seriously, it's scary.
What's up with this?
Wave energy changes when you add vegetation, effectively making the water column rougher and pulling more energy out of the waves.
It's gender fluid, get it?
It's necessary for architecture to be identifiable to people, to enable their identities. They have to somehow see themselves in it. Otherwise, we risk our cities becoming irrelevant as well as becoming flooded.
What about you? Can you see yourself in an Emerald Tutu in 2050? By then, my career as a model will have really taken off.